The greatest battle a man will ever face is the one within. It's not fought with swords or shields. It's fought in silence, in moments no one sees. In the early morning when no one is watching. In the late night when temptations whisper. A man who cannot master his desires will be mastered by them. And a man ruled by appetite cannot lead others, or even himself. This isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming free. We live in an age that glorifies indulgence. You're told to follow your heart, do what feels right, live your truth. But what if your heart is deceived? What if your feelings are fleeting? What if your truth is just an excuse to avoid the real one? The good man doesn't follow his desires. He leads them. He disciplines his body, trains his mind, and watches over his soul. Not because he's better than others, but because he knows what's at stake. Scripture says, "A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls." Proverbs 25:28. Without restraint, we are exposed to temptation, destruction, and regret. The world says, indulge now, you can deal with the consequences later. But a good man knows, the cost is always greater than the promise. Every small compromise trains the soul to bend. Every ignored conviction makes the next fall easier. And every surrender to lust, pride, or sloth chips away at who he is called to be. Self-control isn't repression, it's alignment. It's not saying no to joy, it's saying yes to something higher. To peace over impulse, to character over comfort, to purpose over pleasure. And here's the truth few speak aloud. A man who cannot say no to himself will struggle to say yes to God. Obedience begins in the heart, and so does disobedience. The good man fights the battle daily, not in fear, but in faith. He knows he'll fall sometimes, but he rises again, not because he is strong, but because God is. He prays for strength, not ease. He sets boundaries, not just goals. He takes up his cross, not once, but daily. Because the greatest victory is not over others, but over self. And that victory begins in secret, in the quiet surrender, in the small choices, in the refusal to drift. The world doesn't need more men with power. It needs men with restraint. Men who can feel temptation and walk the other way. Men who don't just preach virtue, but practice it in silence. Because when a man wins the battle within, he becomes a man the world can trust. A man his family can depend on. A man God can use. Not flawless, but faithful.